Yeah! Blood might be that FPS you never played, or maybe you played it and forgot it, or you played it many times and absolutely love it for a very good reason. Dark humor, overload of violence, pop culture references, and now it's back fully optimized in Blood Fresh Supply. And after nearly 30 years of its initial release, Blood still delivers the blood-soaked chaos of the original. Fantastic weapons, cool one-liners from the protagonist, atmospheric music, great level design and glorious pixelated graphics. This is my favorite old-school FPS game from this era. I played it many times, I play it again now before this review, and I am sure that I will play it in the future. And now, let me fire up the time machine to take you back to 1997 when Blood has been originally released. What's up my fellow retro gamers out there? Welcome on the Backlog Quest, where we are celebrating the golden era of gaming. My name is Mr. Zolsta, your guide through gaming's greatest gems. Buckle up as the time machine is ready to launch. Blood was released in 1997 by Monolith Productions, built on the same build engine that powered Duke Nukem 3D and Shadow Warrior. But Blood went darker, leaning into horror, cults and gallons of gore. You play as Caleb, a resurrected gunslinger out for revenge against the dark god Chernobog. I cannot pronounce this, let me try one more time. Chernobog or Kernobog. It wasn't just violent, it was stylishly violent, with smart level design, explosive weapons and a twisted sense of humor that made it stand out. Blood Fresh Supply is a remastered, enhanced version developed by Nightdive Studios using their KeyAX engine. It brings smoother gameplay, support for modern resolutions, mouse look, proper controller support and better lightning effects. Importantly, it is still faithful to the original. The physics, enemy behavior and level design are untouched in spirit, but now everything runs like a dream on modern hardware. Even on Steam Deck, I could set some cultist on fire with my spray can and lighters sitting on my sofa. What a time to be alive. Blood is split into 4 episodes, each with a distinct theme and escalating madness. Episode 1 is the Way of All Flesh, kicks things off in a graveyard and takes you through cultist-ridden train station and cathedrals. Episode 2, Even Death May Die, features one of the most iconic levels, Dark Carnival, a twisted fairground full of secrets and killer clowns. One of my favorite levels in the game. Stay tuned as I'm going to guide you through it. Episode 3, Farewell to Arms, drop you into a frozen wasteland and industrial hellscapes. Episode 4, Dead Reckoning, builds towards the showdown with Chernobog in eldritch temples filled with traps and terrifying enemies. The level design is tight and creative, full of secrets, traps, keys and non-linear exploration. It is very similar to the games in this era. If you love those, you will love Blood too. And the small details. Just listen to this eerie chanting in the background on this level. It is going on constantly and gives a creepy vibe to this level. And now let's talk about Cryptic Passage, the expansion that's included in Blood Fresh Supply. Released just a few months after the original game by Sunstorm Interactive, Cryptic Passage offers a few new episodes with 10 single-player levels and 4 multiplayer maps. And while it wasn't made by Monolith themselves, it feels like a love letter to Blood's creepy world. You'll explore fog-covered ridden docks, haunted libraries and ancient temples hidden in caves. The level design is more exploration-heavy and puzzle-focused, with tons of secrets and eerie atmosphere. It's less combat crazy than the main campaign, but it shines in mood and creativity. The atmosphere is thick and the soundtrack adds a whole new layer of tension. If looking for more blood after finishing the base game, Cryptic Passage is the perfect dessert, mysterious, moody and full of great design. Let me show you my favorite level, which is a Dark Carnival. Before you go in, you have to purchase a ticket and this deaf character asking you for a ticket. Let's see what's happening if you just go in without a ticket.
Ticket, please. Hey, stop ticket, please. Hey.
I love it. So much attention to the details from the developers. And once you enter the carnival, you can do a lot of twisted carnival things, from the innocent shooting gallery, where if you want to, you can throw a pack of dynamites into the targets if you're not feeling like shooting them, and you can take the prize. Or you can shoot bottles if you feel like. But there is a football-like game where you have to kick these severed heads into this mouth. I always had fun playing these stupid games. Just look how sick is that. Alright, let me try. Ah, I missed it. Alright, one more time. Oh! Alright, let's go in and see what's inside there. Nothing. Okay. Rotten candy, look. Most of the time I'm not really interested in weapons in FPS games because most of the time they are quite similar. But in Blood, they are not just weapons, they are chaos creators. Let's start with my favorite, the flare gun. Lights enemies on fire, and if you wait a second, boom, they explode. You can use it effectively against the easier enemies, but it's very satisfying to hear that screaming when the flare starts to burn its victim. The sound of shotgun is pure carnage, especially when dual wielded. Close range, nothing survives. I used shotgun most of the time in my playthrough. The dynamite is legendary. You can throw it, drop it, or time it perfectly to obliterate cultists in style. There's 3 versions of them, the normal, which you ignite, the one with motion detector, and the remote detonating one. My second favorite weapon, very useful, just don't use in tight spaces. Here comes the aerosol can, acts like a flamethrower, combined with a lighter and burn down whole hallways, my third favorite weapon in the game. The voodoo doll lets you damage enemies remotely, stab it and your target screams. However, if there are no enemies inside, you are going to damage yourself. Interesting idea, but I use this weapon very rarely. And don't forget the life leech, which doubles as a weapon and a health restoring turret. Genius! What really makes Blood unique is its pitch black sense of humor and a lot of pop culture references. Caleb constantly drops one-liners quoting Evil Dead, The Shining, and even Bonanza. You find references to Jaws, Alien, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and some ridiculously meta Easter eggs like nods to other build engine games. Hidden rooms, secret posters, dancing zombies, this game has fun with itself. Even the menu is filled with bloody puns and twisted humor. It's horror and comedy perfectly blended, never too serious, always entertaining. Let me show you my favorite Easter eggs in the game. Listen to the music here. And the noises. This is a reference for the It's Alive movies from the 80s. I love them. And let's see what happens if I shoot the baby carriage. This one hand comes out. I love the Friday the 13th movies, so when I found the mask and the machete of Jason Voorhees, a wide smile appeared on my face. And when you press the action button, this cool sound can be heard, which is very like the famous music in the movies. And I think the head and the candles are representing the altar from the second movie. How about this striped sweater and hat? Who this belongs to? None other than Mr. Freddy Krueger, my second favorite horror series. This game is full with 80s horror references. I just love it. Blood Fresh Supply proves that great design doesn't age. The combat is fast, fluid, and creative. The weapons feel satisfying, the enemies are varied and dangerous, monks with Tommy guns, fire-breathing gargoyles, invisible horrors. The controls are buttery smooth with a lot of customization options, and even today few shooters match the sheer style of Blood. Its blend of horror, humor, and mayhem still feels unique. This isn't a game that just wants to scare you, it wants to entertain you every second with jokes, jump scares, and great level design. In my game reviews, I often make a part where I talk about the positive and negative aspects of the game, but here it is not necessary. You can say that I'm biased, but I cannot find anything in Blood which is bad or annoying. Blood Fresh Supply is the best way to play this cult classic today. Whether you are a fan of retro FPS games or just love stylish horror shooters, this one's worth your time. Don't be scared of the pixelated graphics, this is a fantastic game. If you haven't played it yet, what are you waiting for? And, as Caleb says... I live again. And, what about you? Do you love this game? Have you played it? Let me know in the comments. And that's it! This game has been cleared from my backlog. I hope that you enjoyed this time travel back to the golden era of gaming. If you're not a member of our retro gaming community, join us by subscribing. Also, the YouTube algorithm shows some videos for you. It is on the screen now, check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Backlog Quest video.